Hi everybody. I hope you're ready for some fun tonight. I'm gonna switch it up on you. I'm going to blow your mind. Oh man, I should learn to not promise such lofty goals, right? But I think you're gonna have fun with this one tonight. So, hey everybody, as most of you know, but in case this is your first time visiting me, this is Lisa Hardin with the Stamping Zoo. I live in Boise, Idaho, and I have live tutorials every Thursday night at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. For some of you, that's Friday morning. For some of you, that's probably in the middle of the night sometime. That doesn't work so well. But, you know, the cool thing about lives is I'm always available for replay, right? Oh, and here's some ladies hopping on right now. Megan and Leslie, they're enjoying a Friday morning. I don't know if I like that. You guys are always ahead of me. You're always ready, already on your Friday. I mean, I'm happy for you, but it's still just my Thursday night. But you know, I think I can make it. I think I can do this thing. Hey, Kathy and Jill and Chrissy, Donna, the gang's all here, coming on more as we speak, right? So I'm so happy to be here with you guys tonight. But I will tell you, it's been kind of an interesting afternoon. Okay, this happens to everyone, right? I slept wrong somehow. I don't know. I was kung fu fighting in my sleep last night, apparently. And when I woke up, like the left-hand side of my body was basically paralyzed. My neck. So I can't move to the left, which made it interesting driving to work. And I did go to work, and then when I came home from lunch, I was so sick with a migraine that I ended up staying home. So I just kind of left. Of course, I texted my boss later and just said, like, I'm in pain. I'm so sorry, but I'm not coming back to work. So anyway, you know, here I am. And came home and slept, and I pretty much put my head in a virtual vice, if you will. I surrounded my head with pillows and blankets and stuff. You know, I probably should have just like taken a ball of styrofoam and pretty much mashed my head down into that. But hey, life's all right. I am Leslie. It's okay. I still don't have complete movement, but you know what? I'm here. We're doing this thing, and it's going to be so fun. And thank goodness I always have this to look forward to, right? No matter what goes on in my crazy life or my crazy Thursdays, we always can come back here. So I appreciate you so much. And Jill, you've shared already, and I so appreciate that. And I will encourage all of you to please share this video. You never know when some of your little crafty friends might want to jump on and watch this with us. And so anyway, I appreciate that, and it helps my little business too. Let's start. We are going to jump into a project in just like a couple of minutes. But let's start with this beautiful little picture here, shall we? It looks like my camera's trying to, okay. It was focusing and refocusing. I think it's settled down now, probably because I've moved my hands in and out, right? Okay, this is our beautiful tote. This is not available to everyone. This is only available to demonstrators. It does cost $50 US. For a while, it was not available to purchase for everyone, but it is now, and it's gorgeous. And this is not its actual size, okay? It's probably about 14 or 15 inches long. And anyway, I have one. I think it's very beautiful. But here's why I have a picture of it. Because I was looking over all of the great things that we have going on with Stampin' Up! Right now. Oh, Leslie, I know it's an excellent tote, isn't it? Thanks for sharing, Kathy. And so anyway, it got me to thinking about this tote, which I have not used yet. And it's really beautiful, but I do classes from my house. So anyway, the current the current special that Stampin' Up! Has going on, which is so cool about this, and I am going to circle back around to talking about this tote. Again, not actual size. It's much larger than that. So the sign up product or the special that we have going on right now is called Extra Extra. And you can actually read all about it on Stampin' Up! Website. But even easier is you can just ask me questions about it. But anyway, the low down and dirty on that is that you can purchase $155 of product for $99 plus tax right now. And if you do that, you get a $10 coupon. So on top of all the extra product you get, which is, oh God, I shouldn't even try to do this math. $56. Okay, so you already get a $56 bonus of product when you sign up. Then Stampin' Up! Will send you a coupon for the next month for $10. So pretty nice. You get like an extra $66 of product. Now what I'm going to do is if you live in the United States and you would like to sign up for this extra extra promotion, I am going to, so remember I've got this tote, it's in the closet in a non-smoking home, just waiting to be used. And I am going to actually have a drawing out of everyone that signs up to join the Stamping Zoo between now and the end of August, which is the end of the extra extra promotion. So anybody that joins up with the zoo between now and August 31st, your name will go into a draw, and I will be drawing, and this is going to be the prize right here, a brand new tote, $50 value, and it's a very nice way. I think it's a nice product to start your business with. Because if you were going to go out and about and do some classes, let's say, or go over to a demonstrator friend's house and show off all your cool things, you would have a tote. It's got handles and a strap. So anyway, just keep that in mind, please. I will post it. I'll do a post on that. But I just want you to know that if you were thinking about taking the jump and joining up to be a discount shopper, then if you're in the United States, why don't you join the zoo? We have a heck of a time. We have a very good time. And let me tell you basically what that would entail. After you get all of your freebies and everything, then your next order, starting immediately with your next order, everything you order is 20% off as long as you're an active demonstrator. And remaining active, all this means is that you purchase $300. You can see my little notes. Is that you purchase $300 retail. That's before your discount of product every 3 months. You can buy all of that product in the first day. You can buy all that product on the last day or anywhere in between. But you just have to have total purchases of $300 every 3 months. And that doesn't have to be all your own purchases. You can make sales to friends. You can do this as a business. You can try it as a business, and if you don't like it, you can stop. You can try it as a business and find out that you really love it, like I did. So anyway, and one of the other benefits is that, this is a PDF. So currently, Karma and Lacey, who are my downline, they can look at this catalog right now. They can look at this catalog online, and they will get to order from it on August 1st, because that's when demonstrators get to order from catalogs, about a month early. And let's see, so this catalog goes live September 4th to customers, but for demonstrators, it's August 1st. We can start ordering from this. So a really cool idea would be if you signed up to be a demonstrator right now with the zoo, then you'd get all of your goodies, and you could order anything out of the annual catalog right now. You might choose to order this little kit called, A Taste of Felt Project. For the love of felt. For the love of felt. How could I forget that? So you might choose to put this in your starter kit. You can choose anything you want to put in your starter kit. You might choose to put this really cool punch and this stamp set in your starter kit. Anything in the catalog can be in your starter kit. And even things that are on clearance can be in your starter kit. So, if you did that, then starting August 1st, you could start ordering out of the holiday catalog. And guess what? Your purchases would be 20% off. Get out of town. I won't get out of town. I'm serious, you guys. I would love for some of you to do this with me because it's fun. It's just getting more fun as time goes on. And so anyway, please think about that. And you can find out more on the Stampin' Up! Website. And then, of course, call me directly or email me and let's have a talk about it. I don't think you will be disappointed. But you know what? If it's not everything you want, or if anything happens and you don't want to spend that much on product anymore, you just come back to being my customer. It's not a big deal. We don't kick you out of Stampin' Up! I would never do that. And if you join the zoo, you will always have free attendance to any online classes that I have. And that includes any collaborative classes that I do with Jen Houston in Canada. You'll always get a free PDF tutorial bundle. I do that with Jen and 2 other ladies, and we do that every other month. So if you are a member of my team, you always get that. And we just have a fun time. I think we're going to have more. We're going to have some team events. Those are going to be available. Based on the availability of my team, of course. So anyway, I just think it's fun, ladies, and I'm here for the long haul. I've been buying and using Stampin' Up! Products for a long, long time, and I'm not going anywhere. So in the meantime, though, I'll let you think about that, and let's jump in and start making a project, shall we? So we're going to use Sailing Home. Here's where my mind was. Well, my mind's in a lot of scary places, frankly, but here's where my mind was. I knew that I wanted to use the Sailing Home bundle because I've used it once, I think on a, well, hello, Elizabeth. Hello, it's so nice to see you. Okay, so I knew I wanted to get back to using this bundle because I really like it. It's the one, everyone says there's always one at least that really surprises you. This is the one that surprised me because it's very traditional and I don't sail. I sailed a little bit in Girl Scout camp and it was a horrific experience. It wouldn't be something that I would want to make a card about. But, lo and behold, as always, Stampin' Up! Surprised me with their superior products. So here I am with Sailing Home. So I knew I wanted to use Sailing Home. And then I got an order yesterday. No, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. And bam, this was in there. And I really wanted to use these papers. So these are the 6x6. This is the 6x6 Designer Series pack of papers. And this particular collection is the Brights, obviously. Let me show you in the catalog where these are because I want you to know because I think they're a great little stack to always have on hand. And they come in all of the collections, okay, all of the color collections. So if we're looking, I'm on page 162. If we are looking over on the right hand side where it lists all of the groupings of things that you can buy, the stamping pads, the ink refills, and things like that. It's right here. So the Brights 6x6 Designer Series paper pack, you get 40 sheets of 6x6 paper for $11.50 US. It's an absolute great thing to have on hand. And it comes in every color family, including the in colors. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I think that sometimes maybe if you want some DSP but you don't quite have an idea of what theme you want, why don't you just start by grabbing a color family? Oh, isn't it fun, Carla? I think you're going to like what I do with it. I haven't fully formed the card yet, but it's up in my noggin. So let's hope it works out the way I'm thinking it's going to work out. Anyway, so all of the color families come with the same designs, but of course, their own colors. Okay, so we've got this really cool, I don't even know. I'm not going to try and label this design. I don't know what this is, but it's neat. And then on the back of it, it says, create, share, stamp, repeat. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. That's what I do some days. Then you have this like marquee argyle pattern. Okay, so then it goes through all of the colors with that. But basically the designs are these two designs, a check in every color, and then this script in every color. Okay, so there's the brights, and it's every bright. Okay, so you get a little bit of every bright, 4 sheets. And then I also got it in the new in colors, and I think I have part of a subtles pack back there too. But like I said, it's just a great thing to have on hand because it doesn't have any theme other than pattern, right? But oh, there's that Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray. Look at that. Let's see, terracotta tile, purple posy, pretty peacock. Look at that. So anyway, I highly suggest these. Like I said, just add them on to an order. If you're already making one for some great product, it's only $11.50. You can do it. You can do it. Take it out of your husband's fun money budget for the month. He won't even notice it. Okay? So anyway, I was like, well, I can't use brights with Sailing Home. And then I was like, just hold the phone. You can use any Stampin' Up! Products together. They all go together. And I think if you've watched me enough, you know that I always like to make kooky combinations, right? So we are going to do some Sailing Home cards with some brights. Before we do that, let's just do a little warm up, shall we? Now, I did have something prepared in here. This was something, so yesterday I went to lunch with the CEO of our company. Now, true, I had to pay to do that. But what it was that I actually bought that lunch with the CEO in a Heart Association auction. So anyway, what I also bought in the auction was a basket of vodka, and it literally was a basket of vodka. Now, I like vodka. It's pretty much what, if I want to have a cocktail, that's what I'll drink. However, I don't drink very much. People who went to college with me will be really surprised about that, but I just don't drink very much. And I got so much vodka from this auction that if I have a cocktail regularly for 10 years, I probably won't use up all this vodka. So I gave a bottle of it to the CEO. I don't know if he drinks vodka or not. It was kind of a risk, right? But I was like, I'm going to give this to the CEO. And I wanted it to have a nice tag on it. And so I made this tag. And the vodka was in a blue and white bottle, and then I put it in a red bag. And I have to say, I thought it was pretty sharp. So we're going to make this tag real quickly, because if it's nice enough for a CEO, then I think it'd probably be nice enough for, you know, your Uncle Sam's birthday. Random. I don't know your Uncle Sam, but I'm assuming this is going to be nice enough for his birthday. So I did do, these are more traditional expected colors, right? And this is some of the Come Sail Away DSP, which is so nice. Look at this. I love these line drawings. And then of course it has a really cool green stripe with texture all over it. We're going to use the green or the blue piece today. And this is just a little tag that I made out of crumb cake cardstock along with, I used our new tag topper punch, which is beautiful. So we've got those two things. I'll go ahead and glue this down right now. And oh gosh, I've got to remember that my camera is in a little bit different place. I keep holding, I can tell I'm holding things up. It looks like I'm a little drunk myself on vodka tonight, but I'm not. It's just that the camera is in a new place. What do I want to say? The camera lens is in a different place than my old camera. Why do they have to do that to me? Oh, yeah, let's try and keep the boats upright. That was one thing I did. I didn't want the CEO to think I was goofy right off the bat. We had a very nice lunch. I went ahead and took my manager too because I'm not an idiot, okay? And we all had a really nice time. He's a nice guy. He's not an untouchable by any means. I see him all the time because we work in the same building. So, but it was still nice to sit and have lunch with them. Really fun. Okay, I'm going to use, let's see here. You know, I've been falling in love with my daubers again. So I'm going to use some soft suede on this in just a few places. And let's hold off on this because I have one more thing I'm going to stamp and then punch. Okay, let's see, where is some scrap? There's always some scraps hanging around here, isn't there? Rarely do I see like, or do I have to cut into a new piece of paper for something small like this? So, you know, every once in a while I have to, and I'm always like, I want to look 2 or 3 times to make sure because I just can't even believe it. I'm like, I don't have a scrap of crumb cake? How is this possible? But anyway, we do tonight, so no worries. And we're going to stamp the word thanks because this, again, was kind of a thank you note to him. I didn't want to go empty-handed. How embarrassing. And let's see here. So these are cling stamps. They couldn't be any nicer, even especially on these little ones, you know. Ooh, don't look at that filthy block. How embarrassing. Who's been using that? Yeah, it was me. I love the script. This is really a different script. We can do better than that. But it definitely looks like, I don't know, it's obviously harkens back to the days of sailing, right? So I've put that in soft suede. Gotta love the soft suede. I'm liking it more and more. And now I'm going to take this really cool die. You guys, this is, I don't know, this is probably one of the nicest sets of dies. I hate to say that because then it makes it seem like the other dies aren't nice, but they're fantastic. Hi, Martha and Amy. Nice to see you ladies. Come on in here. But anyway, this is a really great set of dies. So it specifically cuts out a lot of these images, right? The boats, the anchor, the wheel, the lighthouse. You can even cut out compass, arms. But then it has these really cool ones where the sentiments will fit inside this stitched label. There's some rope. There's this great, this kelp seaweed piece that I think is just a cool kind of non-committal textural piece that you could use for anything. And I have plans on using it for anything. You could put that, I guarantee you can work this into a Christmas card. No problem. So anyway, we're going to use this really cool little, this little ribbon die, and you are going to love this. It embosses and cuts out, and it is so cute. And the one thing that I think this little ribbon die is going to be really handy is that I bet a lot of the itty bitty greetings will fit inside this ribbon die as well as this thanks. So you're not going to be limited. Now, as you know, most of you know, I'm going to run this through the Gemini Junior because it helps save my thumb. I have a thumb that's been overused, And there's not a thing wrong with the Big Shot or any other die cutter that you might have, electric or not electric. But this one's just a good one I use, okay? So lots of times you'll hear it over there. And that's why I kind of put it upside down. That's just the way you make the sandwich in the in this die cutter that I have. Okay, and so then this is beautiful die. Just gonna pop out really easily. And look at this. It cuts, can you see that? It cuts these really fine lines. You could run some ribbon or twine through those if you want to. And then it makes it look like it's laying upon itself. So I love that die. Keep this one in mind. Like I said, I think that you can put a bunch of the itty bitty greetings in that. And we're actually gonna have some new itty bitty greetings. They're called Itty Bitty Christmas. Itty bitty everything, you guys. I can't wait. So anyway, that's enough itty bitty. But it is kind of fun to say, isn't it? And there's Tina and Karen. Hi, ladies. Thanks for coming in. So now that I've fallen in love with my dauber all over again, I'm going to take all these crumb cake pieces and I'm just kind of, I don't know, knock down the color a bit by adding this to the edges. And this used to be a trick. I don't know. I used to do this a lot more often than it seems like I do it now. Okay, now look, this is one of the stitched circles. I think it's the smallest one. I didn't quite get it cut. I took it right off of the edge just a little bit. It doesn't even matter because we're gonna hide that. Hi, Julie. But anyway, I think the daubers are gonna make a comeback because they're so handy. And we sell them, by the way. Isn't that cool? What a great coincidence. You can buy a package of 5 for hardly anything. It's towards the back of the catalog. And if you, let's just look those up right now. I was just going to say, ask me, but you know what? Let's just look them up. Why not? It's fun. I look at this catalog several times a week, and I bet you do too. But I have all these cool tabs. Do you guys do that? She's using your favorite set. Is this Wendy's favorite set? Oh, is this your favorite set, Wendy? That's cool. All right, let's see. Where are those little daubers? Oh, they aren't even listed. They're so secretive. I think they're back here right before you get to the, yep, right before you get to the adhesives and stuff. There's a little package of, there they are. Sponge daubers. 5 for $5, right? Look at that. Those are cute. Less than, that's less than my white mocha in the morning. And I only drink one of those and then they're gone. So there you go. Give that a try. Sponge daubers. You can add those to your order too when you order a package of the 6x6 DSP. Let me help you out a little bit in case you have trouble. I know it's hard to find things you want to buy, isn't it? So you just let me help you out, ladies. I can do that for you. Let me clean this stamp while I'm trying to be a wise guy before I put my hand in it, right? Hi, Melanie. Nice to see you at Doc. We'll catch replay. Can do, Wendy. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you later. Okay, so now I stamped these in Blueberry Bushel, I believe. They're just a little brighter, and I love that Blueberry Bushel. But it's such a fine lined stamp that it doesn't smack you in the face with the color, you know? So anyway, we need to run these through the die cutter too. Now, if I would have been being really efficient, I could have done that at the same time, but you know, where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that, I ask you? So we have both a small and a large sailboat die. And I'm sure there's a particular name for this type of sailboat. Not even gonna try and make something up. I'll just embarrass myself, but I know it's a sailboat, and I'm not getting any more particular than that. These dies are so great. They fit nice and tight to the inside of the image so that there's not a lot of guesswork. Just put it in there. Make sure your image is nice and close, okay? And then run it through your die cutter. Hello, Sunny. I have seen your name before because I remember. Oh, Sunny from Oregon. So, hello. And hi, Debbie. You just got sailing home. Isn't it fantastic? Debbie, I would love it if you've made some creations. I'd love it if you would share them with me. You could tag me, or you could put them on my page or something. We would love to see what you've made. I started out with this one, and I bought the Memories and More cards too. And oh my gosh, I've done several things with it that I thought were kind of fun. You can find all of my past creations and my lives on my Facebook page, where you are right now, of course. I'm also on Pinterest. The Stamping Zoo is on Pinterest, as well as can you believe it? I actually have a blog. I have a blog too. And I think I blogged about the Memories and More projects. So anyway, if you're interested, take a look at that. And so here we have these two beautiful sailboats. Aren't they so cute? And so what I did, once I stamped this, I stamped these yesterday. Again, because I was making the tag, right? I was trying to impress the boss, the big boss. And when this was still slightly wet, I took our blender pens and I ran it across the water image, and it just kind of moved the ink around and made it look more like water, right? Kind of fun. And so these are great too. They come in a pack of 3, and why don't you just add those to your order? See how this happens? Then pretty soon, bam, you have a free item. A free 50% off item. So I highly recommend it. You know what? The more products you buy, the more fun it is sometimes. Not really. I'm being kind of evil, aren't I? But I'm not going to discourage you. Okay, where'd my little circle go with the notch out of it? Someone stole it. I'd blame it on the dogs, but they're not in here. Oh no. Hey, while I'm looking for the circle, I'm going to tell you, I had so much fun on Monday night, almost as much fun as I have with you on Thursday nights, because Jen Houston and I held our first online class, and some of you ladies were there. And we had fun. We played with the Daisy Lane bundle, and we made cards. I made 4 different cards with the Daisy Lane bundle, and Jen and I both designed them, right? And it was an international class. Canadians and Americans alike joined forces, had a good time. Oh, here it is. Of course, it was stuck on something. I was just getting ready to run a new one. Okay, so we're going to use this. Now, if I recall, what I did here was I kind of put this on here so that it kind of extended the lines of the tag. So I had more room, right, to put this. Oh, I can't remember exactly what I did, but that's okay. Oh, I know. This went down here somewhere. Then I had another ship coming in. It was just all sorts of fun. Maybe that's what I had. It was more like that. Okay, so first thing I think we should do is we should glue this down. Our little circle with the slice out of it. I think I didn't get it. I had it on the edge of the paper, right? And I tried to keep the glue away from this part of it underneath so that it didn't stick all over. You finally made your cards today from the Daisy Lane class. Amy, how fun. I love it. And Karma, you thought it was an excellent class too. I appreciate that so much. I know we had fun. And here's Sandy. Hi, Sandy. Nice to see you. Karma, are you home yet? Now, I must apologize because the other day I said you were in rehab, and that was all I said. And do you realize that sounds a little sketchy? Not that there's anything wrong with being in rehab. However, I should probably clarify that Karma had some surgery on her knee. And so she is away from her home having some physical rehab. So I didn't mean to start any rumors or anything else. Not that, like I said, all rehab is good, but that is what Ms. Karma is doing with herself right now. She's trying to get sturdy. Oh, gosh, good. You're going to be home on Monday. Well, you'll have a couple things for me in the mail. So how about that? Okay, so we're just kind of dreaming along here, putting our little tag together for, in this case, it was a bottle of vodka. You could use it for anything you wanted. Now, I would like to have a little bit of that brown on this side and that side of this boat. Not for any other reason than I just like it. That's what I think it should look like. So that it shall be. And these are some of those mini dimensionals. And don't you dare throw the outside away. You know you have to use those. And in some cases, they're a more preferred shape than the hexagons, right? So we love those. We're going to pop this tiny sentiment up on these dimensionals. Did I get that over far enough? Yeah. Give it a little bit of life. It's got to be popped up so it doesn't get lost in the rest of this design. And like I said, you can run ribbon back behind this, and it's just really, for the size of it, I think what's so cool about it to me is that it is so tiny, but it's so detailed. So, very fun. It's all fun, isn't it? Okay, so this is just kind of a fun way to take all of these little pieces and parts from your bundle and use them. I need to pull this close to me, okay, or I'm going to get this crooked. I just have this feeler that that's not going to work out in my favor. Okay. Oh, look at this. So cute. And then I am going to take a glue dot. Now I've got this piece of kelp seaweed. I ran it through the die cutter on vellum and it cut beautifully. But now since I've got it on vellum, I want to, now I know that I can take, someone told me last time, they were very smart to tell me this, that I can water down liquid glue and put this on with a sponge. That would actually involve another step, and I'm being a little lazy tonight, so I'm just going to take some glue dots and roll them up and put them on the back of this. I know, isn't it fun? Oh, it's Julie's favorite set. Okay, well, it's all right. It can be everyone's favorite set. And what I wanted to do was tuck this. Yeah, I think I still can. You know, the take your pick tool gets you out of a lot of, lets you have a redo on things a lot. Okay, so I wanted to tuck a little bit of that kelp seaweed mixture back behind the boat to kind of keep it in the center without putting a glue dot right there. And then I'm gonna kind of hide a glue dot right underneath the boat, and that helps that. And so far, this is the base of a tag that you could then, if you wanted to, pop up on cardstock and make it a card. But let's see. Now I'm going to take a couple strands of this. Now this is that great baker's twine that is also in this suite. It is Sahara Sand and Night of Navy. It's fabulous. And you get 25 feet of it. You guys, I've used so much of this already, and we've used it in class. I have made, oh gosh, what was that thing I made? Like a 6 or 7 foot banner out of this twine, and it just, I think it keeps like multiplying at night, but I'm not complaining. So I'm going to do kind of a little slip knot thing on this, and I used 2 lengths of the twine. No particular lengths really. I like to have an extra because I don't want it to be chintzy, and I want to be able to, once I get it onto a gift or wherever, I want to be able to fine tune the length of it then. So I'm going to do that, and then the one last thing I'm going to do is, remember we have these really great trinkets. They might still be on back order. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to take one of these anchors. And what I did with this last night is, since I knew it was going over the top of a bottle, I just took these separately. And I tied them into a knot. And I wanted some loose, kind of ratty looking ends. I'm going to take it apart with the take your pick tool. Doesn't that seem fitting? Okay, so made a little knot there. And then I just took the anchor, and this isn't on the front of the tag because I wanted something to be on the back of the tag, kind of unexpected, right? It's still very much evident and very much seen. Now all I did was there's four tails on this, and at this point I am going to hopefully thread this through the anchor, and I'm just going to take one of the other tails, it doesn't matter which one, and I'm going to tie it onto the end. It'll stay there with just doing that one time because this twine kind of catches on itself. And then the final little detail that I did was I took these ends and I unraveled them. If you take the paper piercer, it's just so easy to do this a little bit. And so this all adds to the kind of worn appearance that you're trying to do. That's why I ran the dauber with soft suede around the edges. And you could play this up so much more by like crumpling the paper, the DSP first before you put it down, things like that. So just all sorts of little things we can do to add texture and interest to our projects. Okay, and then here's our tag. I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cute. I might wear it for a necklace. No, not really. I'm just kidding. But I do like it. And I'm glad I have another one on hand. Okay, see? And then now it's on the end. What do you think of that? I think I like it. Okay, so you never know. Some of you might see that sometime in a gift bag to you or something. And like I said, you could take this just as it is, put it on some cardstock, glue this part down, and that would be your card. And that is a really cool card right there. I may end up doing that. Hey, thanks, Carol. And thanks, ladies. So nice of you. All right. So now that we made something, let's say traditional, in the traditional scheme, that's for your traditionalists. You're welcome. Now let's just kind of blow this out of the water, pun intended, and make something with our Brights DSP, shall we? So fun. So fun. All right, let's see. Here's the paper that I chose ahead of time. Now, here's what I was doing last night was when I was still at that point where I was having this conversation with myself, right? You can't do this in Brights. That won't work out. And I said, well, why don't you just stamp it? And I think that's the best thing to do sometimes is like, hi, Carol, is like just stamp things in any color because you're not out anything besides some cardstock. Big deal. We all have so much cardstock. We're never going to use all of our cardstock. So anyway, just try them in the non-traditional colors and see if you like it or not. You might not, but then you know, right? And I happen to love them in the non-traditional colors. So here's what we're going to do. Got a card here that is Flirty Flamingo. Then I used my trusty little templates, nothing fancy about them. I used scrap cardstock and I cut these down by eighths, okay? So it starts at 4 1/4, then it's 4 1/8, then it's 4. And then likewise with the lengths. And I made myself a lot of these so that the colors don't mean anything. The colors just mean they're different measurements. It's the sizes I'm looking at. So when I want to see what it looks like visually to have all these just cut down by 1/8, I just line them up, and then I can see visually whether I want it to be a slim mat or whether I want it to be something a little more substantial. It's just one of those visual tricks that's so helpful. So I highly recommend this. Please do this for yourself. I think I have a picture on my page somewhere. If you search templates, you might find it. And I just took a picture just like this. But just text me or just private message me and ask me for that, okay? I'm happy to send you a picture of the templates that work for me. So anyway, using the templates, I decided we were going to do 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's our card base, okay? And then I came in with a piece of white, Whisper White Thick. It's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I took our DSP in Fleur de Flamingo, and that's 4 by 5 1/4. And this is going to give us just a tiny slim piece of white. But I'll show you what the difference is. It's good to try. It's good to dry fit things and try them different ways. Okay, so there it is with the white. And then here it is without. You see what a difference that makes? I don't know. It makes a lot of difference to me. So that is why I'm choosing to do that. I tried it first without it, and then I was like, you know what this needs? It needs a sliver of white. Okay, and then I took the other DSP. This is Bermuda Bay DSP, and cut this out. And then I also have a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock. Now, this piece of DSP is a tiny bit smaller than the cardstock, and there's a reason for that. We will get into that. But actually, I think this is cut a little differently than I want. I want it this way. So let's get, thank goodness we have 4 sheets, right? No worries. I can cut that again and use this piece for another thing. And you will see why I want it to be in a particular way in 1 minute. 1 minute to greatness. Well, maybe not. Again, I'm like promising the world, aren't I? Oh man, I hope everybody's had a great week. My week's been pretty good, minus the fact that I can't move my neck, but we talked about that. That's all right. Moving your neck is overrated, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this real quick. And I wanted to say thank you so much to everybody that participated in my Trivia Tuesday. We had a good time. That was really fun. And I ended up sending out 3 make and takes, and I'll be sending out 1 fully made card to Lisa Kingdon. She's a Canadian, so she'll be getting the fully made card, and then the other ladies are going to be getting the make and take. So I appreciate everybody participating in that. That was fun, and it was also fun to see what everyone's favorite colors were. There's quite a range. And I will say, I was trying to see, I don't know that any one color won, quite frankly. I think that it was really across the board. And so that was kind of interesting information. So I liked it. Oh my gosh, did I just cut these? No, I didn't. Okay, there we go. I thought I cut it the same way again. I was like, what is my thing? Okay, I know that these are going to be glued down. So we'll just go ahead and get those out of the way right now. So we're going to glue this white down. And if you wanted to, you could even cut a circle or a square out of this or something. I don't do that all the time, but sometimes I do because no one's going to see it, and then you'd have that extra piece to use. Definitely if I felt like using it on this project itself, I would go ahead and do that. And I like to use the glue just like everyone else, or for the same reason that everyone else does, is because you have a little wiggle room then. And when you're making such a fine mat that's really only like 1/8 of an inch border, it's nice to have a little wiggle room, isn't it? So I was looking at the patterns against the patterns, And I just decided I liked these two together. So for now, we will have to say adieu to this beautiful little gingham. But just know that this is one of the patterns in all of the colors. So please don't forget that. It's a good one. And I know everybody loves gingham. I know that because every time we have something that's gingham patterned, it sells out. So there you go. All right, now for these, this one's going to be a little different. This one we're not going to cut through. It's going to be a background. But this one is going to get cut with a die that's near and dear to my heart. The stitched nested label dies. These are fun. Hey, thanks for sharing, Alice. And Deborah, no problem that you're late. What did I do on Tuesday? What did I say? I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry, Amy. Oh, Trivia Tuesday. Sorry, Amy. Yeah, it was Trivia Tuesday. And Julie, you were a winner. And your make and take is going in the mail tomorrow morning. So there you go. It's all ready for you. It's all addressed and ready to go. Okay, let's see. I think that I used this one, the next largest one. These are really great, and if you haven't seen them up close, I'll show you once we die cut this out. But they stitch on both the inside and the outside, so you can use both pieces. And in this case, we're going to use the outside and save the inside for later. It's going to go in my little coveted scraps bin. And things move in and out of my scrap. I think that the whole, like, I've had scrap bins before where nothing ever moved. And it just got fatter and fatter until I got mad at it and threw stuff away. And currently I have a scrap bin where stuff moves in and out of that thing all the time. And here was my secret. I put it in a location to my desk that's very close and very handy. It's like right behind me on the left. And also I made it so that the paper stands upright. It doesn't lay on itself, so that I can see all of the paper in there very easily. I can just flip through it like a little file cabinet and grab the paper. And it's just gonna have it. And I have just learned to go to that scrap bin first. So I don't put my scraps with like colors. I don't have time for all that. That's a great idea if you have time for it, but I don't feel like I have time for that. I just have one scrap bin, and it doesn't get overloaded anymore. So anyway, give that a try sometime. I'll take a picture of it sometime. It's very unassuming. You'll be unimpressed, but it just works for me. Okay, here's what you're left. Once you use the stitched nested label dies, you get a piece that's like this. I would call this the positive. And then you get a piece that's like this, and I would call this the negative. And I wanted it, I didn't want this centered, okay? So just know that was on purpose. It's not always on purpose, but this time it was. Okay, let's see here. So like I said, that Bermuda Bay, the inside of it is going to go away for later. Let's see, Connie. Oh, what colors? We are using all of the brights. Oh, someone answered your question. Thanks. You guys, what am I even doing here? I'm just like a fixture. I think that you guys can handle this. But anyway, yes. I am using Flirty Flamingo and Bermuda Bay and the Sailing Home bundle. I know, it's an odd combination. But wait, I have a few tricks that I think are going to make it look really fun. Okay, so do you see how this is coming along? This is going to be like a picture frame, and it's going to look like this. And I wanted this cut in a certain way on purpose because I think this looks kind of like waves. Yeah, that's how cool it is already. It's fun. So that's why I wanted it going horizontal and not vertical. Now it still would have been fine vertical, But I think in this case, since I'm using these colors that don't immediately tell you that it's like a nautical scene, I want to use every other clue that I can to make you think it's like a nautical scene. Now, I think we are going to have, I'm trying to figure out if I want this to be the taller piece or this one. I kind of think I want that on the bottom because I'm going to put some of the ships down here and stuff. But for now, let's start cutting out some pieces and parts, shall we? Let's make the guts to this thing. Now that you know kind of what I'm going for, we're going to go for a little scene, a little crazy scene, that's for sure, but a scene nonetheless. Okay, so as I said, I started by just trying some colors, just seeing what was out there. I don't want to use every single color of bright that I can think of. And actually, I can tell you, I don't think I want to use red. I'm totally okay with using Granny Apple Green. This was not red, I should say. This was Poppy Parade. But I don't think I want to use that, regardless. I do like the purple. I don't know if I love it with the pink, but I love the green. Okay, and I love, there's a couple of there's Bermuda Bay and there's Coastal Cabana. Let's maybe start out with those. What do you think? Let's cut this out. We'll die cut this out. And we'll die cut the small ship out. And then we'll make some other things in those other colors too. Hello, Lisa. Thanks for coming on in. Nice to see you. Lots of people are popping on tonight. That's so fun. I think it only makes it better, right? Because everybody, then you all give me your great ideas and input. And we sit and visit. And it's more like a little party. It's always a little party. It doesn't matter how many people are here to make it a party. That's for sure. But I do like it when I see lots of you. And okay, so then let's do, where's my little ship? Here we go. Look at all these cool things. I love it. Oh, and there's this piece of rope. That's a neat one too. That's pretty cool. In fact, you could just do that in all different colors, or any of these shapes in all different colors, and then put them on the front of your card, and I think it would be really fun. Now this part, I know, I realize this isn't so fun to watch, is it? And now I turn this over. Oh, and look at that. Nothing goes to waste. I was showing someone something about the balloons, the hot air balloons. And then when I was finished with it, went into the scrap pile. Can you still buy the grid paper with the flowers? Yes, actually you can, Amy. I know because okay, Amy, are you in Canada? I think you are. I'm not sure. Have Jen double check for you. I was able to find it on the US website, and all I did was search on grid, and then everything with the grid paper came up. Okay, I like the green so far. I like that. I think that one's Coastal Cabana. Again, it shows up a little bit differently when it's such a fine lined drawing, right? But I'm loving the Granny Apple Green. And I actually like the scale and the size of the lighthouse. Beautiful. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Yes, it is fun, isn't it? And heck, I'm not even in pajamas tonight. I'm not going to say that I'm never not in pajamas. Sometimes I am. It's a little secret. But you know what? I get up early, peeps. I get up at 5 a.m. Sometimes 5:30, but usually 5. And by the time I want to sit and visit with you guys, sometimes I've got to wear pajamas. It's just a dirty little secret of mine. It's not really a dirty little secret, is it? Because you know what? I know some of you are wearing pajamas right now too. Don't say you're not. Don't say you're not. I don't believe you. Okay, here's some more scraps of white. Let's do the large sailboat, shall we? Let's try that in the Bermuda Bay. And now don't forget about these little trinkets. That's why I'm keeping them out, is because We're going to use those. It's Post-it notes. Yes, it's fully sticky Post-it notes. And that way I can just break them off into little pieces or use a hole in if I need to. And their build is super sticky. And sometimes they are too much sticky. And so I stick them first to my shirt. Like, I guess you can stick them to your arm too, but that would be too much. Just stick them to your shirt first. And then they don't pull on your paper. They usually don't anyway, but if I'm being super careful, then I do that. Okay, where do I get them? Amazon. Yep, Amazon. And they came in a huge package of like 300 or something. 300 little, not 300 separate pieces of paper, but 300 packages. So I have a drawer just devoted to those. Yeah, I fuzz them up. You're right. I fuzz them, Kim. Why didn't I just say that? Like, it totally makes sense. PJs all the way. Yeah, Deborah. A girl after my own heart. Nobody wants to wear anything constricting when they are trying to create, right? Like, get out of the way, jeans. I have got creating to do. And also, I wear all that kind of stuff at work. I don't need to be wearing that here. I'm sure that if people ever stop by here, or God forbid, I decide to run up to the Fred Meyer after work, I'm sure that, because that's when you see your coworkers, right? Is like when you're in the middle of a yard project and then you just run up there to get something. And then, of course, you see everyone that you work with. And I'm sure that I have stunned a few of them into speechlessness, being like, oh my gosh, look at her. How can she look like this? But I'm all about comfort or getting the job done when I'm home. Now, I wanted to put some, actually I'm wearing kind of a cute outfit right now. I shouldn't sell myself short, right? What do you search to find them? Just do Post-its. The brand is Post-its. Cheryl, are you in the United States? The brand is just Post-its. And there'll be like a bunch of Post-its on there, of course, but then fully sticky. And if you can't find them, I'll try and find a picture and I'll private message it to you afterwards, okay? Okay, so somebody who was on here last week with me, what were we doing? I can't even remember what we were doing at that point, but I was using vellum. And they mentioned this colored vellum, and so I put it on my order. See? This works both ways. You guys suggest plenty of things to me that I go by. And this is the coolest vellum. I'm so glad I got it. I believe it's in the Perennial Essence Suite. No problem, Cheryl. But this is, I can't even remember the colors right now, except this is so saffron. Anyway, it's 3 different colors, and it's 12 by 12 sheets. But look at it. It's so pretty, and it's the same weight as our regular vellum, if you will. So I don't think we're going to use it tonight because I think that pink is, I want to keep the colors a little bit tighter than that. But we are going to use some more of this as kind of a little textural component. Amy, are you going to emboss, am I going to emboss the frame? I don't think I'm going to emboss the frame because I have those stitched dies, but it's not a bad idea. I'm not opposed to it. In fact, it might look kind of cool with the subtles because then I think you could get both of them. I will not do that right now, only because I haven't tested it out and I don't want to ruin it if it breaks it. But I think you're onto something there too. Okay, look, my sandwich kind of fell apart, so I gotta rework that. Oh, sandwiches. Somebody, I think it was Alicia. I don't know if she's on here. Alicia, are you on here? Give me a thumbs up if you are. She posted a picture of a sandwich the other day, except the sandwich was, the bread was a big pickle. Did you guys see that? And I actually thought it looked really tasty because I'm always asking for extra pickles on my sandwich. And I think that would just about do it for me. Like, it looks so tasty. I'm not like a big dilly sandwich person, but if you like put that on a pickle, does it change your whole perspective? Kind of like this. Kind of like sailing away in brights. Thank you, Amy. So saffron, old olive, and petal pink. Okay, I forgot. I couldn't remember which color pink it was. And so then I got all confused. We're going to need that. Hello, little one. How's it going, bud? There's Tango's creeping in. He wants to know what's going on and who I'm talking to. Who are you talking to, lady? Well, I'm talking to 43 people. Of course he doesn't know that, poor little guy. Okay, and I think we need this last ship, and then that's going to, for right now, be everything we're going to put in this little scene. Looks very fun. The sea was angry that day, my friend. Okay, here we go. Just getting it lined up. Getting a little piece. What? Amy, have you gone to that restaurant to make sandwiches with pickles? I think that sounds fantastic. I will find that restaurant and eat there. Okay, one last little ship, and then I think we'll be ready to put this together. Let's see here. I'm trying to think if we need some metallic thread or something like that. We have the rose metallic thread. I'm going to bring some over. I just used that on a little project I did, and I love that stuff. It's gorgeous. We have some pretty stuff if you haven't noticed. We'll keep that in mind. That might be a maybe for sure. Okay, I'm working myself into a little rectangle space again. It's not, you know what? I don't consider it a success unless I'm worked into a little rectangle. Okay, so now what we need to do is, don't let me forget these. We're going to glue this first piece down, our waves, so to speak. Our new waves. And oh, there's that beautiful script on the other side. So cute. We have a lot of good script type products, don't we? We have that 3D folder that's a script. No, it's in the States and I'm in Canada, but I saw a video about it on Facebook. Oh, okay. Well, that's probably where I saw it too. Yep, that's probably where I saw it. Leave it to us to have a restaurant like that. Okay, did I get that straight? So this is a little bit smaller than the outside piece because I wanted it to be, because this is a frame. However, I just wanted to make sure it was somewhat centered, because the top piece, I think I am going to center it. Now, let's see. Before we pop this up on the foam strips, I just want to make sure. We'll probably have that one out here. We might have this one. Let's see, where is our light? Our lighthouse is going to have to be like this on the outside. You only need to think about if you're going to put something, if you're going to put something up underneath the frame, because of where we're going to put the adhesives. So let's just think about this. I think actually it might end up looking like that. Okay. Now you'll see why that matters. Because we're going to use the foam strips love the foam strips. These are what we use for shaker cards usually. And they are 2 times the height of the dimensionals, FYI, okay? And let's see here. And there's a bunch of them in a package. Who's behind me? Hello, Django. What are you doing? Oh, they were so happy that I was home until they realized I wasn't going to play with them because I was home to sleep this afternoon. Oh, well. Darn it, Mom. You're just no fun. It's okay. I'll take them for a walk in the morning. They'll get over it. Okay, I am running this pretty close to the edge. However, probably on the other side of the dots. Just in case I want to put something right on the edge, and also because I don't want you to be able to see the foam strip when you're looking through the card. Does that make sense? I'm sure it does. In fact, I don't even know why I said that. It makes sense. Okay. If you haven't used these before, they're just a dream. You do not need, you know, like a shaker card, we usually don't want them to be separated at all. But we're not concerned about that right here. All we're concerned about is making sure that this supports it. Okay. And then we need the foam strips to be on the edge too. Because if we just used a dimensional, remember, dimensionals are only half as tall as foam strips. So just remember, hello Ashley, if you ever run out of foam strips and you're in the middle of a foam strip type project, unless it's a shaker card where you need something fully contained, you can stack 2 dimensionals on top of each other, and that will get you out of your pickle, so to speak. And I'm sure I said pickle because of our conversation about the sandwich. Isn't that funny how your mind gets stuck on that? This is looking kind of weird, isn't it? Oh gosh, if our recipients could only see the construction of our cards sometimes, I think they would be amazed and somewhat frightened. But it all turns out beautiful in the end. Okay, so this is what you end up with. And so you just need to take the backing paper off of this. This is a great product. I love these foam strips for a lot of reasons. For one thing, they're awfully nice because they go around. You know, you can line, lots of times our shaker cards are circles or different types of shapes that we're trying to put in our cards. And these foam strips are pliable enough that they go right around those shapes that you die cut. So you don't have to worry about, you know, about a lot of different cutting and stuff like that. You can just run one full strip around the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to pull this towards me because, again, I have to see it. This is kind of an important part. And also, once you put the foam strips down, they're kind of down where they're going to be. Okay, look at that. So you could have done that with dimensionals, or I could have done that with dimensionals, but I think it provides more background. It provides more of a scene when you do it like that. Hi, Robin. Nice to see you. Welcome, and I hope you're having a good night tonight. Okay, now let's figure out, I think I want this back behind the lighthouse. I know it's not to scale, but again, we're doing a Flor de Flamingo card for a seascape. So we're already kind of pretending, right? So we may as well just take that to the nth degree. Let's just keep pretending and take things out of scale. It makes it that much more kind of whimsical and fun. Okay, now this, I'm not so worried about where my glue dots are on this because this right-hand side of the seaweed is going to be hidden by the lighthouse. I just want to make sure that I've got it within the boundaries of the outside of the card, or somewhat close. Yeah, I think that's a good. Now we'll bring this in, And so now I know I just really need some glue at the top and some glue at the bottom. Hi, Betsy. I always love seeing your sunflower. Your sunflower icon. Reminds me of the class we did. So fun. We had so much fun with those. Well, I had fun with our Daisy Lane bundles. You guys, if you don't have that, you've got to give it a try. It's so versatile. That's probably, I was most surprised about that. I mean, I'm very surprised at how many different styles and how many different types of looking flowers you can make with just the Daisy Lane punches. Hi, kid. He's probably looking for a nighttime snack. Oh, are you just checking stuff out? They got their hair cut the other day, and so they look adorable. I told their groomer to just leave them a head and a tail and just shave their bodies off. Okay, this one, I'm going to put a little bit of foam strip right behind the ship, right in the middle again, so you don't really see it too much, but so it supports it. And then we'll glue the very bottom. You're loving these colors, Julie? You know what? I'll tell you a little secret. So am I. You know who needs to wear her sunglasses? I don't see her tonight, and I know she's really busy. Is Jen Houston. She will flip her gourd when she sees these. She'll be like, oh my God, that lady. And that's probably why we make a great collaborative team, don't you think? And it's because if we liked all the same things, it wouldn't be very fun. Now this one's going to get glued down in its entirety in the back, but I want it to be up here a little bit. Like it kind of goes off. So it's definitely back behind the sailboat. It's all coming together. I am going to nix the rose gold. Is Elizabeth still on her? Elizabeth would tell me to not use the rose gold, so I'm going to go with that. Elizabeth would say that's too much, American, back off. So I will not use it. Now let's see about this wheel. Where do you think we could use one of these? Do we want a sentiment? Where did I put the stamp set? I don't think I want, I mean, we could use any of those. And we can, what I was thinking of is we could either put it down here or up on the top. Let me show you what I was thinking about the wheel though. And you might decide that we want to use it. It could be like down in this corner, but it's silver, and now I'm like, after all that color, silver just seems kind of weird, doesn't it? So you're not gonna believe this, but I'm gonna take the Flirty Flamingo Stampin' Blend, and let's see what happens. I think it might be fun. Oh, Elizabeth is still here. Oh, good. Elizabeth, I was gonna use some extra embellishments, and then I thought of you. So funny. Okay, I don't think that's going to be dark enough, but well, it might be. Let me go ahead and color it, because if we don't like this, then we can just color it an even darker color. I'm literally coloring this ship's wheel Flirty Flamingo. Oh man, that's funny. It's working though. Yep, you can color almost all of our embellishments with these Stampin' Blends. They are really fun. Oh man. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Sometimes it looks different, of course, when it's on the white paper versus being on your actual project. Before I finish it all, no, I don't think it's colored enough. I think it needs to be Bermuda Bay or nothing. You love everything I do. Oh, you're so fun. Not just because of that, of course. Yes, let's try the Bermuda Bay. I mean, if we're going to color it, then let's color it. I knew it was going to need a really dark color. Oh, this has possibilities. So the silver still, you can tell that it's metallic, but it most definitely gets colored. Can you see that, you guys? I guess you get the gist of it. You don't need to like have a close-up on it. But I'm really just running the paintbrush end around wherever I can see, and I'm holding it steady with this take your pick tool. Otherwise it would just be spinning around in a circle. And I kind of went around it a couple of times. I don't know if the color's building up or if I'm just only hitting certain spaces at certain times. Now that is good. Okay, so you have to use a dark color on it, but it works. The other color that I used earlier when I was trying it, just testing it out, let me grab that one. That one's in Poppy Parade, and you can definitely see it. Look at that one. These are really cool, you guys. I want you to try this. Why not? Again, it's just something goofy we're doing on a Thursday night, right? That's so fun. So, see, if I would just put the silver one on, it's fine, but we don't have anything else silver on here. So I really think we should just stick with our groovy colors. Yeah, our groovy colors, right? I wouldn't have thought to color the wheels either, Cheryl. But, hi, Annie, what's going on? You know what? As you guys know, the more you work with your product, the more you just try different stuff. Okay, I'm going to bring this up a little bit closer. Look at that. Can you see that little wheel? How fun it is. I feel like the camera's focusing in and out. And also, it might just be the weird lighting that I have. It's so fun. I know. I think it's kind of cool. So I do think we are going to go ahead and put this on with a glue dot. And then we will put a sentiment on as well. What do you think? I think we should. This just needs a glue dot, maybe 2 on the back. Don't be stingy. There's a lot of them on a roll. I don't know how many. I just know there's a lot. Okay. One time when I was teaching a class, there was somebody who, it wasn't a class at my house, so don't be worried, anybody. It was just a class, a random class. I've only done it one time. But there was a lady who really liked these. And they kept, and I don't remember her name, but let's just say her name was Shirley. And then they were like, Shirley, everybody needs to use the glue dots. And I was thinking, God, why didn't I bring like 5 packages of them? Because this poor lady was so in love with the glue dots. So anyway, just know you need to have plenty on hand. You are my true north. Wow. That's a lot. It's beautiful. It's just a lot of pressure. Like, then who am I going to give that card to? No, these are demo cards, right? So I think maybe if it fits the space, I think we should use it. What do you think? I think it does. I think the other ones are too small for this type of card. We are going to stamp that onto some white cardstock, a scrap. Now, I keep, where are they? There we go. I'm still here. Okay, these are the most valuable scraps in the bin because they're about a 1/2 inch wide. And, oh, this one's a little bit bigger, actually. How did that happen? Anyway, I keep 1/2 inch scraps in the bin because those come off of paper. Those come off of our paper when we're cutting, like, let's say, standard mats sizes in the US. It ends up giving you kind of a 1/2 inch. And they're really helpful because they make really great pieces of paper to stamp your sentiments on. And I realize I'm probably shaking the table like in an earthquake. I apologize. Okay, 300 glue dots. Thanks, Leslie. Did you just count those? You're a fast counter. Donna, you used to stamp with a woman insisting on nearly covering the back with a layer of dimensionals. Oh, God. That's when you're like, guess what? Everybody needs to bring their own dimensionals to class. And then suddenly she stops using that. I don't know, why is that? Like, seriously, you want to be like, it's okay. Unless you're going to like throw this thing out into the wind and send it to your person in a ship or in a bottle, I think you're going to be fine. You do not need that many dimensionals. Okay, let's stamp this in Bermuda Bay and see how we like it. Oh, I might want it on Flirty Flamingo though. Well, listen, we'll stamp it in both and we'll see how it looks. If she didn't have enough in her packet, she'd take them. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, she sounds like that needed a doctor's intervention. That's too much. Okay, I need this near me again. Sorry. It's very little and it's crooked because this is crooked. Come on now, work with me. That's okay. It's a good reason why you have a nice long strip is because if it's crooked, no big. Oh, I think it's a little bit crooked again. I'm going to give it a try. Why? Stop that. Silly thing. This one is a lot of pressure because it is just a straight little line and that's it. You are, and then it says you are my true north. That can't be crooked. That cannot be a crooked sentiment. That would be really embarrassing. Oh, for Pete's sake. I'm not doing that anymore. There's something, I think it's defective. It's certainly not me. Certainly not me. It can't be. Let's see here. We will just do something else. How about that? That's so easy. Oh, you know what we should do, since we're mixing up everything else, is we should just mix up sentiments. All right, hold on. I got a wheel over here. Remember when I was talking about the itty bitty greetings? Well, let's just look at those. Yeah, let's look at those. Let's put one of those on here. Does anybody have any trick or treat? No, we're not putting trick or treat on there. Hi, Annie. But let's see here. Happy day. Hey, friend. I like that one. I think I used that last week. You're engaged. I miss you. That looks like me stamping. Crooked. Do it again and again and again. I think there's something wrong with that stamp, Cheryl. It couldn't be me. It could not be me. I mean, come on. How about, let's see here. I don't know. That's why you guys have to choose this. Oh, Jen, look at you coming in. Where have you been? Let's try with gratitude. You know, why not? Let's try with gratitude. I send as many thank you cards out, which I think this is nice now that I'm saying it. I send as many thank you cards out as I do birthday cards. And I don't mean like, oh, I think that's so nice of me. I mean like, I think that's good that I do that. So I have a lot to be grateful for in my life. A lot of great people about me. Oh, you were picking out paint colors? Oh my gosh, you're going to paint the house too? Oh my gosh. You guys are really in it to win it. Okay, with gratitude. This is what it would look like. Well, you're going to flip your lid. I was just talking about how you're going to love these colors. Here it is in Flirty Flamingo, okay? And then let's try it in Bermuda Bay. And then I will let you guys choose. Hi, Sandy. Were you picking out paint colors with Jen? No. You know what, Jen? I love painting the house. I love it. Not outside. That's too hard. Frankly, inside's probably too hard now too, but I love choosing the colors. Yes, I do. Okay, and then here's the with gratitude on Bermuda Bay. Okay, so Bermuda Bay or Flirty Flamingo. Which do you guys want? Which would you like? You have to tell me or I'm not going to put it on here. We're just going to wait with awkward silence. So now I will let you decide. Because you're all expert card makers. You don't fool me. There's our flirty flamingo. And here's our Bermuda Bay. Thanks, Kim, for kicking it off. Kevin said, we'll get your butt over here. Well, you know what? I would love to. First of all, I would love to because I want to see those two little cutesy dogs, Indy and Buzz. And that would be so fun. That would only be second to seeing you guys, of course. Okay. Oh my goodness. Now they're rolling in. I see FF. Oh God, you guys are awesome. Look at that. Flirty, 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 flirty. There's the Bermuda Bay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 3, 5, 3, 6, 3. Oh my gosh. It could actually be a tie. And then Sandy said, try the lighthouse green. Sandy, that is a fantastic idea. But if you would have only seen me trying to stamp this sentiment, you would know that I'm not going to do that. Oh my God. You would know that that's too much. Oh, I love it. Okay, everyone voted. I am almost going to have to write this tally down. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Bermuda Bays and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a tie. Sandy, Flirty Flamingo or Bermuda Bay, you're going to break the tie. She's like, I can't. That's too much pressure. I want the green. You're not going to get the green, Sandy, so do you want the Bermuda Bay or the Flirty Flamingo? You're lucky I have stamped any sentiment after I tried to stamp. There we go. Okay, thanks, Pam. We're going with Flirty Flamingo. My God, that was so close. I was nervous. Okay, lots of times I don't like this to be plain white. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the birds and I'm going to stamp the birds onto this white. Like I said, you might not even know they're birds, but it's going to give it a little bit of texture instead of just being plain white. And that brings up an interesting little story, which is that I have a nest of baby birds. Okay, and we're going to stamp off for sure. So I have a nest of baby birds. The mom decided to build a nest up in the eaves of my roof. And so they're not in the garage, but they sound like they're in the garage. And actually, I just thought it was her flying in and out of there every once in a while. She wasn't dive bombing me or anything, but I could tell that there was a little bit of nest material up there. And I was like, that can't be good. It was like she just found kind of a little tiny spot to get through. And then she was like, once she was in, she was in. So anyway, I didn't know there was a nest up there. And the handyman was coming over to do some other stuff. And I told the handyman, I said, I think a bird built a nest up there. But I want you to fix that spot and close that off. And if there's a nest up there, pull it out. Well, then it dawned on me apparently maybe 10 minutes before I was going to try to go to sleep. That there might be baby birds up there. And if there were, obviously, then I started having all these horrible visions, dreams, nightmares of these baby birds getting trapped up there. And the handyman wasn't going to come to the house until I was gone for work. And so I left 3 huge messages. One on the house, one on his phone and one on the picnic table, whereas another place he was going to be able to see it, where I basically said, if you hear anything up there in that nest, don't nail it shut, you know? And he was like, so when I came home to pay him, of course, he was like, yeah, you got a whole nest of birds up there. And he said, like, I would close them in there. What was all the messages? And I was like, I couldn't. I didn't know. I wanted you to be aware. So anyway, those little birds just started flying around. And they are so new to the world. You know what I mean? They don't know to even, like, be afraid of me. And so they'll just, like, sit really close to me out and stuff. They're kind of cute. Okay, look what we did, you guys. We made a come sail away card, or a sailing home card, with all these crazy colors, and I think it turned out really well. I will probably put, I might go ahead and put white on the inside of this card, because, you know, we used some white to break it up on the front. But again, this was like the Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, Coastal Cabana, Flirty Flamingo, and then we used the Designer Series paper pack, the 6x6. Gotta have it. Well, thanks, Pam. That is so sweet of you. And I'm glad you at least came in for the end, Anne. Feel free to watch it on replay, everybody. So we did have some fun. Where's our other little project? We did have some fun with our sailing home projects or products tonight, didn't we? We started out with this little tag for anything, but I used it for a bottle of vodka and just put it right over there. But again, like I said, please don't forget, any of these things that you design as tags can just be the front of a card very easily. No problems there. And then we took it in another direction and did all these brights. And, you know, that's the cool thing with our products, is they all intermingle. So, you know what? Sometimes just pick up some products that don't seem to go together and challenge yourself to make them go together. I think you will really enjoy it. Now listen, I appreciate you guys and enjoy you guys so much. Thanks for coming back every week. It's so fun. We just keep coming back, throwing ideas to each other, having a good time. And, you know, this is a good life, isn't it? So please join me next Thursday. Please think about what I said about joining the Stampin' Zoo and all of the great little benefits you can get. And if you have any questions at all about being a demonstrator with me or with anybody, feel free to private message me. I will tell you to the best of my ability. You know, I'll give you my honest opinions or information. And I'm not into pressuring anybody to sign up or not sign up. That's all totally up to you. I'm all about just giving people information. So if you have any questions for me, you can always contact me about that, okay? In the meantime, I will post a still of this picture. I'll go ahead and do that tonight, no problems. If you have any questions about the construction of it, please just replay the video. Or again, you can PM me, private message me. It sounds so weird, doesn't it? Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you back here same day and same time next week. And I have no idea what we'll be creating then. That's the fun part of it. See you later. Thanks a million.